Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Harry Muffet. Welcome to another Daily Masters cast. We've got another one from the European regional finals of the WCS Season 2. And it's going to be two players. I don't think we've actually seen them for a little while. LucifroN, definitely been a while since we cast something from him. And Stephano, ditto, I think. Although we haven't really cast much from Stephano just overall. So introducing the players. Up the top left side of the map, it is going to be one of our favourite Terran players, LucifroN, as the red Terran Zerg. the red Terran. Sorry, not the red Terran Zerg, the red Terran. And down the bottom right hand side, it is going to be the blue Zerg player, who is going to be Stephano. And we can actually, there we go, centre it up a little bit nicer. And that is going to be beautiful. So, a TvZ coming at you. Taking a bit of a break from the Protoss, which we've had the last few days. It's definitely not a bad thing. Always nice to get some Zerg in there. But, of course, when it comes to Starcraft, you can have a little bit too much of a good thing when it comes to races. If I did PvPs every single day, you'd probably get a little bit sick of it. And, of course, variety is very, very nice. It does not want to uncenter. There we go. So expansion coming down nice and early. LucifroN getting down the barracks. I would be actually I'd be quite surprised if he doesn't get an expansion straight off this. If he doesn't save up, he may get the orbital before he gets the command center, but I feel like he's going to get the command center nice and fast in this game. Just go absolutely nuts on it because it's such a big map. And yeah, so there's the orbital, but the command center, I feel like that's going to come out straight after this because it's just way too big a map to try putting on any early sort of pressure. Although he's actually not really saving up for it. He's maybe not as fast as I would have thought. He'd get it back, he'd get it out, but I do not know. He's just continuing to build up stuff. We will see when he gets it. Yeah, alright, well I guess he's not going for ultra early, but yeah, definitely in the next couple of minutes, in the next minute I'd say, we're probably going to see him knocking out a command center. That is going to be fine. Stephano just now getting his spawning pool finished. So there was a hatch before pool sort of build, and here comes the double queen, which we are very, very familiar with this build, and there goes the command center. So very, very nice, very, very standard, I feel like, for both players on this huge map. And of course, what LucifroN's going to do is he's going to put the command center, going to get the bunker in front of it with a few Marines. Although the Reaper harassment is getting quite up there. But, yeah, I mean, Zerg player knows how to deal with the Reapers. The Lings come out at just the right time. And they just got to keep the Reaper away from the drones until the Queens come out. And then the Queens can scare the Reapers away by themselves. So, excellent play from both players. But they're basically playing straight off the textbook right now. And of course the textbook, you know, it's pretty good. It's pretty safe, and it works. It works, it keeps you in the game for as long as you need to get up to that mid-level, mid to late game sort of play. So the Queen, these Reapers actually been quite a bit cheeky, but the Queen on the creep is going to be more than fast enough to chase them away. The Reapers trying to get around the side, then get around the Queen. There, managed to get a drone. Beautiful, beautiful stuff there. It's not actually that often. Oh, this guy's actually got 2 kills. Oh, one of them was a Ling. So there's a Ling gone down and a worker gone down. So that is it. That is beautiful. And it's actually quite rare that Reapers manage to kill workers anymore at this early stage of the game. Usually they just get continually pressed off by the Queens. And I'm not saying that Stephano is doing a bad job here, because he's not. He did an excellent job there, but it really comes down to the exceptional micro of LucifroN, that he managed to dodge in there, grab one worker, and also, I mean, the fact is he was hiding on the top here. Stephano didn't have the creep to fully push him off, and then he just came down here, boom. Although, the Lings with speed, and they are a little bit faster than the Reaper, so the Reaper's going to have to cliff hop a little bit, but there's a Ling waiting for it up there. Brilliant micro for Stephano there. He chased it down there. He knew the Reaper was going to jump up the cliff, so he sent another Ling over there, and that Ling just had to attack it twice, and it was dead. So absolutely fantastic. Really, really impressive micro for both of these players, and we're only 7 minutes into the game, so it's looking like it's going to be an absolutely awesome game. third hatchery, sorry, coming down for Stephano. So that's pretty sweet. Command center's coming down. He's not actually built that bunker, so I was wrong about that. I was wrong about the bunker, and he probably should build a bunker. He's starting to build the wall here, the wall of supply depots and bunkers. Maybe he's just going for a straight up supply depot wall. Maybe he's not even going for a bunker. I don't know about that. NG Bay actually finishing it off. I guess bunkers, I don't know. Bunkers, they don't have as much health as like an NG Bay, but what they do have is the ability to destroy them after you no longer need them. You salvage them, you get most of the minerals back, or maybe you get all of the minerals back. I think you get most of the minerals back, but regardless, that's fine. 6 Hellions, very, very decent number, but he's not going to get through this gate. I mean, the creep is going to give him enough forewarning to close this off, and the only reason he's not gating this already is because he's doing the creep, the thingamy-bob, the spawn lava. Or they might be pushing in. They're on top of the creep there just a little bit, and Stephanos are going to have to react very, very quick to sort of close up this gap, because yeah, those Hellions can go very, very, very fast. But it's not going to matter too much. I don't think Stephano's worried, because he does have roaches coming out, and now the roaches are out on the field. The Hellions are going to get chased away, so that's pretty sweet. And now he can start to extend the creep without worrying about the Hellions actually just smoking these guys. Maybe that's what LucifroN was actually hoping to, just to knock off some creep tumors, but evidently did not happen. A couple of roaches actually trying to pen in the Hellions. Hellions are got no hope of taking these guys down. Like 4 Hellions hit this, and look at their health, man. It barely took off anything. So some nice micro to get 5 of the Hellions away, but some nice micro from Stephano to kill one of them. And that's going to be it. The Hellion harass is not going to happen. I don't think he's got any hope of sort of getting around and getting through. But a bunch of Hellions actually going around the long way, maybe hoping to get an ambush. But with this tower taken over, there is not going to be any chance of an ambush as well. The Hellions coming in a beautiful moment, and these Lings are going to take spectacular losses here. And there's just not enough left of them to do any sort of worker harass. If LucifroN hadn't spotted them coming, they would have taken losses, but they wouldn't have taken as many losses, and they might have actually killed some workers here. Trying to turn around, hit the Hellions back, but just managed to kill all of them before this Hellion went down. Actually, 4th base coming down. So this is a pretty aggressive 4th base, I feel like, from Stephano. He's barely got his 3rd base up and running, although he does have a ton of workers, but I feel like he hasn't actually had it built for very long. And the 4th base coming down is going to be leaving him a bit exposed, because I don't think he can adequately defend that 4th base. It's got to come down to how much time he actually gets to use it before LucifroN figures out that it is there. You see, he's not going for it at the moment. He's going straight for the 3rd base. And the Spore Crawler coming down, but there are Banelings on the map, so he's going to go for the upper level instead. Hitting some workers on the high ground, that's not a bad idea, but he's going to have to get ready to jump into the medevacs. There we go, beautiful, just before the Banelings got there. And now he's going to fly off, maybe go back home to heal up a bit, and man, is he going to see this base, or is he going to go out too far? Do not know. Little bit of a target group over there thinking about doing something, and now they're coming back, but yeah, that's not going to be good. Their Spore Crawler's already up there, and the medevac's just taken so much damage, and it does look like we've actually got Baneling upgrades on the way, so the roaches may just be a stopgap into Mutaling sort of tech, because he's not upgrading the roach tech. Come on, just a bit more of a scout over there. He does not see that expansion. He's got a little bit of a drop group over here, trying to take out some tumors all over the place, doing a pretty good job. Nice attack on the Banelings, but he's got a lot of problems up here. So a very, very big army from Stephano, and there's a couple of Widow Mines here, but I think most of his forces are out on drop action all over the place. So he's pushing in there though, and there's almost no defensive forces to hold back. But meanwhile, the army of Stephano coming in, doing a spectacular amount of damage. The Banelings all doing a really, really great job. And there's nothing left to deal with these roaches. The Widow Mines already did their hits. Was not enough. The drop's just coming down though, just hitting these guys all over the place. These forces are starting to look a little bit haggard. The influx of Lings eventually will start to wear them down, although the medevac's keeping them up for now. The main army coming in, some reinforcements starting to hold out. The Widowmine's starting to do some damage here. But look at all these workers about to go down. LucifroN could have run away, but didn't really. And he's going to try and hold him at this choke point. He's actually doing a really, really good job. The roaches are starting to go down quite badly. And that is going to be that attack finished off. Meanwhile, these guys are deep in enemy territory. But the reinforcements that were going to go out are now going to be defending the base. And workers lost. Man, that's almost even. Almost. I feel like both these guys have done a phenomenal job at just wrecking the other person's base. 32 versus 26. So both of them had the same idea and they both carried it off pretty well. But were eventually just pushed away. If we go out to straight units lot. Looks like the Zerg player has lost more economy, but yeah, I do not know. I do not know. What's their resources? Oh, that's just the income. It's the same thing. Is it? No, resources is how much they've got. I wish there was a display that told you how much they've mined totally, because it'd be interesting to see, because the Zerg's lost more, but has he mined more overall? That's the interesting thing. Holding these guys back, nice, very, very nice, and he can go straight in here, take these guys out really, really fast, and now he's got a nice split between the third base and this main army, but yeah, I do not know. I do not know if he's got enough. There's a lot of roaches here, and it looks like he's just got Marines to deal with those, so it's going to be a little bit dicey here. Still one Widowmine, but this main force, I don't think they're going to be doing anything here. I mean, they're just... Oh, Stephano. This is a hive coming out, so that's not even a lair. That is a hive. Medevac getting taken out. Unfortunate. And Stephano right now, I mean, I reckon, what is it? The Infestors would be a really, really nice play. He does have the Infestation Pit. Get a bunch of Infestors. Start fungal growthing all of these guys. Fungal growthing the Medevacs. Don't let them jump back in. Don't let them fly around. And just start doing all sorts of damage. So my pick would be Infestors for Stephano. But right now he is just going for the straight up military units, the Lings and the Roaches. And they're doing alright so far, but... interesting. Here we go, the Terran player finally spotting the fourth base on his way around the long way. And there's Widowmines all over the place. Doing some very, very nice hits on the Link population. Really, really scattering a lot of them. The Overseer is going to be able to scout out a bunch of the Widowmines, taking them out. And it's just Marines versus Roaches and a bunch of Lings there. And the Marines had that. They were going to be able to take out the Roaches, but they just got swarmed by Lings. And you cannot shoot two things at the same time. Meanwhile, very nice attack here. Taking out a lot of drones, actually. He's definitely got Stephano on the more drones lost list right now. And meanwhile, this base is going to go down, or at least the reinforcements are going to go down. I think this is going to go down. I think he's got enough time. The reinforcements are still worried about these guys, so they're going to take ages, and the fourth base does go down. But Stephano already rebuilding a fourth base over here, so he's definitely ahead of the curve a little bit. A bunch of these guys. I wonder if he can accidentally load the changelings. Probably not. Probably can't accidentally load the changelings into his medevac, but that's fine. Terran player looking very, very strong off the three bases. He's just about to get level 3 armor, so his upgrades are looking spectacular. 3-3 starting off for Stephano, so a little bit behind, but still fine. The Roaches still have 0 attack, but I feel like the Lings are probably doing most of the damage, and the Roaches are just like big tanks all over the place, which are drawing the Marines' fire. And speaking of big tanks, a whole bunch of Ultras are coming out now. And instantly LucifroN has to up his Marauder population, because right now his Marauder population is crap. But we can see 4 at a time being built now, so he's definitely adapting quite fast. And Widowmines will continue to serve him well when the Ultras are all over the place. Now, although LucifroN going to start to take a lot of damage, because of course the Ultras stopping his fire. You see, the problem is when a whole bunch of Lings run in, you stim up and you just start attacking them ASAP to just sort of shred them as they come in. But the Ultra comes in, the Ultra basically holds all your firepower, soaks up all the firepower, then the Lings run in, and that crucial little bit of time between when the Banelings are over there within firing range and when the Banelings are right next to you, you need to put in a lot of damage in that crucial period. And if all your firepower is being soaked up by an Ultra, then you are not doing any damage, and then all your forces start to die from the Banelings and from the Lings. So very, very, very nasty stuff there. But LucifroN is going to keep on going. He's actually looking really, really nicely in the lead. He's got a huge army advantage, little bit of a worker advantage. So far, he's been doing alright. He's been doing a very, very good job. And Stephano, for all he's trying to do, has just not come out of these engagements all that well. The Widowmines have been taking their toll. The Marines have been doing a great job at whittling down forces. And I think in most engagements, if not all engagements, I think Stephano has been out on the losing end. He hasn't completely lost, but he's definitely been losing more. I mean, look at that. That's a 4,000 income difference right there. 4,000 resources lost difference. And that is something that adds up after a while, because I mean, Stephano's not getting a whole lot more minerals than LucifroN is. In fact, he's getting a whole bunch less because he hasn't got mules. So very unfortunate. Oh, look at all those Marauder shots. The Ultralist just gets absolutely owned. Running back, Widow Mines. Beautiful. He must have known that flank was coming because he had a couple of Widow Mines over there as well. And finishing off with a couple... sorry, bloody cough. Couple of Ultras as well. And the Ultras keep on coming, actually. The Ultra pressure. Really, really nice there from Stephano. Great pressure there, but a nice drop getting in the back, and the Ultra actually going to finish it off. So Ultras may save the day here. I don't know. I feel like LucifroN has still got the better, just the better army, the more forces, but the Ultras are really, really testing him right now. And if you start to combine Ultralisks with fungal growth to hold the units in place so they can't stim and run, then you are going to end up with a lot of dead Terran units. They're just going to get sliced open by the Ultras all over the place. And here we go. These guys, no, look at how fast they go down. And he's just completely forgot about these. But one Marine is going to survive, so very, very crazy. Coming in here, nice. See the stim and run? That's mainly what's saving him right now. If he just stayed in place, the Ultras could hit him, and that would be bad. So yes, sniping the Infestors though, great job there. Even choosing to snipe them over taking out the Ultralists, definitely the better decision, I feel like, because fungal growth on these guys would mean death. There, Stephano though is going to give the GG. He's just got nothing left. Could not afford to build another Ultralisk. And yeah, that's it. He just has to give up at that point. So congratulations to LucifroN. Really, really nice triple M pressure, just straight out of the textbook. But he made it work so well, and every single engagement, he came out ahead. Just a little bit ahead, but you can see it was enough to build a massive, massive advantage. If you have a look at the units tab, that is quite a lot of these guys, and quite a lot of Widowmines as well. So it's a beautiful army that LucifroN managed to build up and managed to keep ahead for the most part of the game. So congratulations to him. And yeah, I will catch you guys tomorrow for another Daily Masters. So this has been Hairy Muppet. I hope you enjoy this game.